The Indiana Hoosiers are national champions of college football, and I know one person that's super happy about that, and that's Jeffrey from Only Talk Sports. Do we want to just head right into it, Jeffrey?
Sounds good to me. Sounds good.
As the Hoosiers defeated the Miami Hurricanes 27-21. What were your thoughts on how the game was playing out?
Well, Indiana, for the most part in this game, was in control. Obviously, they started out 10-0 at half, but it felt like they left some on the table, right? Like they could have scored more. They could have been up 17, to 0, or at least 13-0, because they kind of fumbled at the end of the half there when they had that chance with the timeout. They didn't do anything, which I was a little shocking from Indiana, considering, usually they're so, good with timeouts and time possession and time management. So, they were just like they kind of left a bit off the table there in that first half, but they were up 10-0. Miami couldn't do anything. And then in the second half, Miami came to life with Fletcher and Tony, and they were scoring, and it looked like Indiana was in a bit of trouble. But every time Miami got close, Indiana got a big play that they needed, like whether it was the block punt, touchdown, that right there. I mean, that literally is the difference in the game was score, was that. And then you talk about the 4th and 5, Charlie Becker catches the ball on the sideline. And then 4th and 5, Mendoza with probably the best play in Indiana lore ever, somehow tops Omar Cooper's catch, somehow tops Michael Penix, both of those against Penn State. Mendoza getting knocked around, and he somehow dives for the end zone and scores on 4th and 5. And Indiana is ahead, and it looks like they're okay. But then the decision after it was 2nd and 1, right? Indiana's in great shape. Carter Smith, All-American tackle, flinch. Indiana gets moved back. They don't do anything. It's 4th and 4. Are they going to go for it, try to steal the game? They kick a field goal. And I'm sitting there like, oh, no. Oh, no. They're only up 6. It's 27-21. Miami go down the field and do what they did against Ole Miss. And then Carson Becks. And he throws an INT to the Miami native, Jamari Sharp, who never got an offer from the Hurricanes, just like Mendoza. And Indiana seals the game. Now, all that being said, I just basically recapped all the highlights. I can't say the game did not go the way I thought. I just thought Indiana would beat them, honestly, by a little more. I really did. I thought that they would handle them a little better. And for 75% of the game, it looked like they were. And then Miami came to life late in the third and made it a game and made it a very memorable national championship game. And a game that I think a lot of people enjoyed. I mean, where I'm at in North Carolina, tons of people watched it. And a lot of people were rooting for Indiana. I mean, you had some ACC people that were rooting for Miami, but a lot of people here were rooting for Indiana, saying it was a great story. And they watched it, and you saw the ticket prices. So it's not like the game didn't matter. So, I mean, it was a huge game. Obviously, I'm very glad Indiana won. If they had lost, it would have been a big letdown. After it wouldn't have taken away how great the season was, but at the same time, it's like, man, this was Indiana's best chance to win a national title. The fact that they were here, and you didn't have Georgia or Ohio State or Alabama or any of these teams, Texas, none of them, right? Like they're all gone. This was Indiana's year. And Cignetti, I think in the future is going to have more teams that can compete for a national championship, but I don't know if he's ever going to have a team like this again where they were the favorite to win the national championship. This was a one-of-a-kind season for a program like this to have. You think about now other programs are believing that they can do it, which is great for the sport, I think.
For sure. But I completely agree.
I don't know if other programs are going to be able to replicate what Cignetti did. I still think Cignetti is kind of a one-of-a-kind guy, even with the rule change. I'm not saying like you can't have more programs like, Rutgers or Boston College or, Iowa State or whatever. I mean, the problem, those aren't in the Big Ten.
Mhm.
You know, the Big Ten has the money, and Indiana utilized the resources that they were given, and they made this work. Even though they didn't have the most talented roster, they made it work. But I still do think that Indiana's given other programs hope, but I don't know if it can be replicated like this. The way that Cignetti and Indiana did it, this still seems like a one-of-a-kind thing. I mean, they literally are the first new national champions since Florida. So
Crazy's been that long. It's like been 30 years.
yeah. He got
30
Nick in
years,
Fort
man.
Wayne saying no chance IU makes the playoffs next year.
Someone's not happy about IU winning.
Well, I mean, the thing is that there's a chance they don't make the playoffs, but saying that there's no chance they make the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
after what they just did, I mean, you would need a LSU 2019 fall off, because it's so funny. Everybody keeps talking about, well, Indiana's not LSU 2019. They'll never be LSU 2019. For one thing, who cares? Number two, Indiana's a way better story. Yes, LSU had better players. Yes, LSU had one of the most stat rock. Great, good job. But what happened to you after that? What happened to you after that? You kind of sucked, and they've continued to suck. So hopefully, I would rather LSU take their little title of best team ever, and that's fine. Indiana can have their best story ever, and hopefully Indiana can continue to be good. I don't want an LSU like fall off. You know, I think with Cignetti staying, I think Haynes is coming back. Shanahan, you probably did see that Indiana is losing their strength and conditioning's coach. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Derek Owings going to Tennessee. Strange, too, because Indiana was paying him $900,000 a year, and Tennessee's only paying him 1.2. I think Indiana could have matched that. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe they tried. Maybe it's like, okay, well, he wants to go. I don't know. I mean, I can't even say a better program at this point. I don't know. It's weird because Indiana is literally keeping everybody else, but for some reason they're losing their strength and conditioning's coach. Hopefully that won't affect them. Hopefully they'll get a good replacement. I'm obviously got to believe in Cignetti's track record, like how Saban was able to replace everybody. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I don't know. Like Indiana, this I still like. Yeah, I like Indiana. You know, it's well documented. Everybody knows that I like Indiana and that I was rooting for them, and I've been a fan for years. But you know, as a Alabama fan growing up, watching loser teams get destroyed by Alabama and other big time programs my entire life, I just never would have thought in a million years that a program like Indiana could just do what Cignetti and this staff and these players just did. I can't even believe it. And I know NIL helped. I know the Big Ten media money and all that stuff. I know, but it's still unbelievable.
It's 4. Right. Trying to figure out what the preseason odds were. Plus 10,000 for IU. So if you got that, you're feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah. I mean, and there were some people that made that bet because like they got screenshots of it and they got serious money. I mean, usually making that deep, you know, of like down the list of a bet, it never pans. Like, again, that's how wild Indiana's story is. You know, it's unreal. I appreciate it, Troy V. I mean, I am so happy for Indiana fans, and I'm happy for programs that suck that, again, they at least believe that it can be done. Because before this team, I mean, yeah, you had TCU, you know, 2022 or whatever year. Yeah, 2022. I mean, you had Cincinnati. You know, I know like teams have made runs, but there was never a time where we were like, yeah, one of those teams could win it all. Like Indiana was the first to break through, and it's like not only could they win it all, they did. They actually did, because there's a big difference with, oh, wow, you made the playoffs, or, oh, wow, you were in the top 10 all year, and this. I mean, when Indiana beat Ohio State, you know, like, people started to believe. But then when they crushed Alabama, it's like, and then they crushed Oregon. And honestly, I don't think they played very good in this game. They didn't make any mistakes. Like, they didn't turn it over, which is still unbelievable that Indiana did not fumble the football since the Old Dominion game. They didn't fumble the football in 15 straight games. Like, they were such a clean, disciplined team. They didn't make errors. Like, the only time they made a mistake is if, like, they went for it on fourth down and get it, which was actually rare too. They were just such a disciplined team, and they didn't play that good in this game. And I do agree Miami definitely affected that. Like, Miami's defense was and is legitimate, and they were playing very, very well, especially in that second half, but Indiana still was the more disciplined team. Miami did get away with a lot of penalties. They got a lot of penalties called against them, but I mean, you saw the Mendoza headshot, right, where he got hit in the head. That should have been targeting. Like, that is insane. I know Miami fans are like, oh, well, he acted like he was running. I think that the dude could tell he didn't have the ball, dude. I mean, he literally was just kind of like, okay, and then he just hit him right in the head. I'm like, all right. I mean, even if Mendoza had the ball in his hand, that hit was kind of suspicious. Like, he hit him in the head, dude. Like, that's the complete point of targeting. But again, beside the point, Miami's Achilles heel is that they were not a disciplined team. And that's what ultimately cost them the natty. Beck's pick.
Crazy that they're so disciplined against Ohio State, but then against Ole Miss and Indiana they weren't.
That's the only game that they were disciplined, which is wild. Because like you said, in other games they were not. And all season, I mean, it cost them in the games they lost to Louisville and SMU.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I think it's fascinating because, like I said, you know, Indiana did the unthinkable, but I do still think that there's something to be said. Like, they're in the Big Ten. You know, I still think that there is an SEC Big Ten, just such a big gap that, you know, like a program like Boston College, it would be even more astronomically impossible to do what Indiana just did. Mm-hmm. Even if you somehow did hire the lightning in the bottle coach. I mean, when you're losing guys like Kyle Whittingham to Michigan, I mean, that's kind of telling you where college football is at right now. Mm-hmm. The Big 12 and the ACC are massively struggling. I know Virginia Tech's trying with Franklin. They're trying to really compete, but we'll see. Indiana just kind of called it at the right time. Mm-hmm. Because now you're starting to see, like, Texas, as long as it's free reign like it currently is, where you're not seeing a cap or rules. Everyone's just basically getting away with whatever they want. Look what Texas just did. Yeah. Texas just completely loaded the rock. Texas has their goal is to win it all next year. That's literally they want to win it all. And 2027, this upcoming season that Jackson is already counting down, 228, however many days left. We'll have the countdown from Jackson all off season. We love that. But literally though, Texas's intent is to win it all. They know, like, this is Arch's last year of college. And they loaded up with Coleman and Brown and Smothers and whoever else they've got. They want to win it all. And see, this year was strange because none of the returning teams Georgia, Stockton was kind of a question mark, right? We didn't know how, and he proved to be pretty good.
Yeah,
Georgia just never got there. They got close, but they never got there. Ohio State was saying he was young, and outside of Smith, they had good players, but they weren't dynamic enough. Mm-hmm. And then you think about Bama. Bama was terrible at times. And you just go down the line. Texas sucked for the vast majority of the season and tried to make a push.
LSU, Penn State, Texas.
LSU, Penn State, Clemson, Texas. All these teams were not good. It opened up for Cignetti and Indiana. It opened up. I don't know. Like I'm saying all this to say that I don't know if it can be replicated even from Indiana. I think if Cignetti keeps having the fire he has and the commitment, the daily commitment, like he again, I said it all year. He was the most locked in coach this year. He wanted to win it all. The team wanted to win it all. That's hard to replicate. That's going to even be hard to replicate for Cignetti. But future years, if this stuff's unchecked, you're going to see Texas have these loaded rosters. They already do, but Texas just did just unthinkable. Like, they've loaded up their roster. It is insane. They still might lose. I mean, if they do lose, it'd be hilarious to me. It'd be hilarious if somehow they lost 3 games with that roster. But I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, like, where's Notre Dame's at? Where are they at? You know, like, what's their ceiling? Because they got a trash schedule next year. You know, realistically, they should, make the playoffs, but you lose a game or two somehow and they're done again. It's just, it's going to be interesting. And then you've got the 16-team playoff talk. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but
It'll probably not this year, but the year at
next year.
Probably. Yeah. That's what it's probably going to be.
So it's just a lot of wild stuff. It was a perfect storm for Indiana. Honestly, I think Curt Cignetti getting hired at Indiana when he did was one of the most perfect timing hires in the history of college football. Like, they struck lightning in a bottle with a guy that no one wanted, no one gave any consideration. He's clearly one of the best coaches in the country, and he was able to have this window of success at Indiana when other top programs were kind of down. And we'll see if that continues, where these other top programs are down. Maybe Bama will still be down, but I don't think Texas and Ohio State, these teams are not going to stay down. And they weren't even – Ohio State wasn't down this past year. It's not like they were bad at all. So it's just interesting. I'm going to be very intrigued to see Indiana's future, to see if they're going to continue to be a contender or if this was just a great 2-year stretch. I think at worst, Indiana's still going to be nationally relevant with Cignetti. I think they're going to be nationally relevant, but I don't know if they'll have a team like this again. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's take a look at what other teams are doing. Gosh darn it, I lost my spot again.
We got Dave Valensky coming in with a $1.99 super chat. Appreciate that, Dave Valensky. He says, undisciplined football is Miami's culture, and that is why they are called convicts. And Michael Irvin was sad. And a lot of other characters for Miami across the space were sad as well.
Ed Reed with the funny hat.
There were a lot of people making fun of some of Miami's fans at the game. I'll leave it at that. I'll try to keep it as kid-friendly as possible for people, even though that's not our audience. And when we bring on callers, it gets crazy. But still, there was some very sad Miami fans all across the landscape and of all different, various just people. Just it was kind of funny. I mean, I felt bad for some of the Miami people I like Traveling Fools and Coop, but still I'm so glad IU won.
We can take a look at the way too early as I continue scrolling. We can look at the way too early top 25 right now.
Sounds good. Way too early top 25. The poll or the ranking that means nothing at all.
And as Indiana number 1.
Yeah, which is interesting because I don't know if you've seen other top 25 polls, but I've seen Indiana as far down as like 8. Like, I've seen them all the way down to like 8. Like, some people are like, oh, well, Indiana's going to take a big step back. Obviously, we're in this portal age. We saw Florida State, Travis, all those guys hit, right? And then the next year they sucked. So with DJU and then Castellanos, they weren't good this year. So it hinges on Hoover. Because think about it. They lost Mendoza's brother, which I hate that. I really wish he hadn't transferred out. I'm not surprised. And there is a chance that somehow he transfers back. Like, you think Hoover, maybe if Hoover has a really good year, Mendoza has a good year at Georgia Tech, Alberto could transfer back to Indiana. We've seen that actually with Indiana. Lewis Moore, the safety for Indiana, he transferred to Ole Miss the year before, and then he transferred back. Lil Benson transferred to Colorado from Indiana and then transferred back. So that's not uncommon with Cignetti. There's a shot like Cignetti's like, keep us in mind. 2027, you have a good year, I'll be looking. So not impossible, but definitely this ranking of number 1 for Indiana by ESPN, not other polls, some have them as low as 8th or 5th, is whether Hoover can replicate at least Curtis Rourke level.
Yeah.
If he's at least Curtis Rourke level, Indiana's going to be good. But if he's Mendoza level, which that's hard to do, then Indiana could be this good. Because I mean, obviously Nick Marsh is big. That's
Yeah.
really good. I think Turbo Richard, he kind of fits the Hemby. Kalen Black, he's not going to be the best running back in college football. He's not even going to be anywhere close, but he's going to just be solid. I like the moves they've made. And Indiana's not losing that many players, which is crazy. You think about it, like they're losing Surratt because he's out of eligibility. They're losing, a few like Kamara and stuff like that. But Amari Farrell's coming back to safety. Pons is probably gone. Everyone's kind of just saying he's gone. But Carter Smith, he actually has already said he's coming back. That hasn't officially said he's coming back. But he did say after the game that he's probably coming back. So that would be big. Some of Indiana's other players are kind of on the fence too. So if they come back, some of the draft eligible guys, I mean, they're not losing as much as you like Cooper. If Omar Cooper came back, you got Charlie Becker. I mean, if you only lose Surratt and you've got Becker and Cooper, and then Marsh kind of replaces Surratt, I mean, you're seeing how Indiana could be basically just as good next year if Josh Hoover is good. It kind of all hinges on that. But with Cignetti and this staff's record of quarterback development, you would think he would be good, especially considering Hoover has higher accolades and expectations coming into Mendoza. So if he doesn't do as well, it would already be disappointing. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I'm not shocked. Indiana, people think they're legit now, which I mean they're not going to fall off. I don't think. At worst, they might lose 2-3 games next year. I don't think they're going to be that much worse. But it'd be hard to replicate this year. We got Caden saying this is serious crap. It makes me sick, and I'm not surprised. But appreciate you for being here anyway, Caden.
Jeffrey, one last thing about Mendoza, man. He affirmed his Heisman ranking. Like a lot of times in the big bowl games after they win their Heisman, they crap the bed. But Mendoza proved that he was a deserving winner for sure.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is that you talk about the Heisman curse falling off, having a bad game after winning it, but like you said, he played great. And I know people are like, well, he only threw for 180 yards against Miami, and he only threw for but the thing was that Indiana was more than just Mendoza. Indiana had a good run game. Indiana had a good defense, and it made the problem is Jaden Daniels had to put up 500 yards of offense for LSU to win games when he won the Heisman. Mendoza didn't have to do that. And unfortunately, the Heisman is not a running back award, because if it was a running back award, Jeremiah Love had an insane case. But, Mendoza was the best quarterback this year. He was the best quarterback, and it is a quarterback award pretty much. So, and he won it. And like you said, then he backed it up. So, yeah, I mean, Mendoza didn't throw an interception in 7 games. It's I forgot the last. I know he threw one against Penn State. That might have been the last time he threw a pick. I can't say for sure. I know he didn't throw any in the playoffs, and he didn't throw any against Ohio State, and he didn't throw any against Purdue. So it might have been that Penn State game. It'd been a while. So it just he was flawless. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. He was surgical. And whether he's a good pro or not, it's kind of determined on whether he goes to a decent team or not, which he's not. He's probably going to – you think about Darnold. Oh, Darnold sucks. He's terrible. Well, guess what? Sam Darnold went to the Jets, which sucked, and then he went to the Panthers, which sucked, and then now he's better because he's not on bad teams anymore. So Mendoza could start out at the Raiders and be just trash because they're trash, and then guess what? He gets traded, and then he's good. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying that – these quarterbacks that get drafted high to bad teams, sometimes it takes time. You have to get to a better team, or the team you're on has to get better. Otherwise, you just end up like Kyler Murray, and the Cardinals are just forever trash. So, but I don't know.
And there's Texas at 2, as we were saying.
And a lot of them have them at number 1. ESPN shockingly has Indiana number 1, but a lot of other polls have Texas 1, and I'm not surprised because of who they paid to get, who they spent a lot of money to get. I mean, the fact that they got both Smothers and Brown, if Texas does not have one of the best rushing offenses next year, then there is a problem. Like, unless, God forbid, because no, you don't want any injuries, but unless, God forbid, both of them get hurt, there is no reason on the planet they shouldn't be dominant on the ground because they're both great. And then Coleman is Coleman. So, and they got
Coleman will probably be first round this year if he could leave.
yeah, and they got Wingo back, I think. So, I mean, yeah, like they've got if Texas loses more than once next year, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely a problem. And Sarkisian is going to be on fire. So this is the downside to spending all your big bucks to get this type of team. Because if you do
people will laugh if you're bad. People will laugh.
Like, Cignetti could lose 3 games and it's okay. It's like, well, you know what? He had to come back down to earth eventually. If Texas loses 3 games next year, Sark's gone. That's how much they've spent. So good luck, Sarkisian. You better win. You better win with
that. Oh, man. There's Notre Dame at 3.
A lot of people are trashing that. And I mean, I guess because it's Notre Dame and everybody trashes Notre Dame now. Yeah. But I mean, Notre Dame at 3 is not crazy. I mean, obviously losing Love and Price hurts, but I mean, you got Carr back and you've got all those receiver additions. I mean, Notre Dame theoretically should have a good passing offense next year. Like, for Notre Dame standards. Like, Notre Dame consistently is like Penn State, where they aren't elite in the passing game. They never have great receivers. Well, you got Quincy Porter, you got Graham from Ohio State. I don't think there's a lot of excuses.
Yeah. I mean, also we brought in Mike Denbrock at coordinator, so he coached Jaden Daniels with Heisman. So the hope is he can do the same for CJ Carr.
So I'm just I'm not trying to be all brutal on these coaches and teams, but yeah, if Notre Dame does not have a better, like above average passing offense, and there's a problem, and they should still be able to run the ball because it's Notre Dame. But yeah, I mean, I don't think 3 is unfair. I mean,
almost everyone's coming back from the defense. Like, the defense improved as the year went on. Almost everyone's coming back. So
I feel like the number 3 ranking is also projected by how bad their schedule is too. I really do think that, because like theoretically Notre Dame should go undefeated or lose only once at most. The problem is that Notre Dame, you never know what they're going to do. They still have that tendency to just in a game is like, okay, just suck, which is weird. They didn't necessarily do that last year because the 2 games they lost were very competitive to good teams, even though A&M it proved to be kind of not good. But still, Notre Dame with their schedule should make the playoffs. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. And so I'm not falling into the trap Will did where he, I'm not saying that they're going to make the playoffs. I'm saying that they should make the playoffs. We'll see. We got Dave Valensky coming in with a $9.99 super chat. Appreciate that, Dave Valensky. He says, so who do you think will be the next Indiana? And this is making me laugh because everyone wants this to happen now. Like the media, fans, it's like, all right, well, we've got to have the next Indiana. So Dave says it has to be a school who's not really known for football at all, like Arizona. See, even like the problem with some of the schools on the list, like Arizona has been like kind of relevant sometimes. Like Arizona's not good, but like they've had, I think people don't understand how bad Indiana was. I mean, like legitimately Indiana lost to MAC schools on a regularity in the 2000s, like all the time. They were bad.
I think Vanderbilt's could be the closest one.
Well, they're kind of already there. I mean, they've been relevant the last 2 years, especially this past year. They finished in the top 25. So yeah, I mean, Vanderbilt, Kentucky's purely if they invest. I mean, do they care enough to win? Yeah. Like Indiana has clearly upped their game. And they are actually prioritizing football over basketball, which is insane. Is Kentucky going to do that for Will Stein? Because they didn't under Stoops. Remember, Stoops was in a war with Cal. He was in a war with Cal over, well, we a football school or we a basketball. And Cal was like, nope, not a football school. It's my school. And then got destroyed and knocked out of Lexington the next year. But, the thing is that, Kentucky's got to, they have to care. The fans and the alumni and the donors got to be like, we want to win in football. The problem is that the SEC at the top, the Big Ten has schools up here, but like Texas, like Kentucky can't even get close to Texas ever in financial spending. So Will Stein's going to have to be a great coach or whoever they have in the future of bringing in guys kind of the Signetti mold where they're not the highest rated, but they're good. And that's tough for coaches to do. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know who can be the next Indiana because I really think that Indiana still could just be a one-off. I'm not saying that another school can't do it, but what Indiana did is truly insane.
But yeah, I mean, closing on the Fighting Irish, elite roster. I mean, there's no holes on this roster. I'm still worried about the O-line in big games. I just don't. Rudolph's not the best O-line coach, in my opinion. So that's the one thing that scares me. But, I mean, there's talent everywhere. So, got to get it done this year. Hopefully go 12-0 and beat Miami. Be a big game. Georgia at 4.
I mean, this is just kind of like it's Georgia.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Georgia this past year improved. Not off the field. I mean, maybe off the field. I think maybe they had less issues this year than last year, but I ain't sure. I don't know. But Georgia did improve on the field as the season, because at the beginning of the year, like Alabama beating them in Athens, that would not have happened late in the season. I mean, no. So they got better, but then they lost to Ole Miss. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the ranking's unfair. It's Georgia, it's Kirby, but I don't really. Are people that high on Georgia next year?
I mean, I'm not high on them as a contender, but I'm high on them as an SEC contender, but not a national.
Yeah, they're going to be in that conversation for sure, and they'll probably make the playoffs. It's just, are they going to be national championship level contender? So. No, I'm not saying they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm just saying, like, I don't think people are that high on Georgia. Like what I mean is, like, compared to when Georgia won back to back. I still feel like Georgia is kind of they've declined from that level. They're up there in that top tier, but they're not at the top of the world like everyone. I mean, literally, my YouTube channel is old enough that I remember making a video talking about whether Georgia was going to be the next Nick Saban in Alabama, or they're going to have this major dynasty after the 2022 championship when they won back-to-back. And I said that there was a shot Kirby could do it, but I really didn't think that it was likely. And guess what? They kind of have fallen off. So I'm glad that video that nobody probably remembers that I made 3.5 years ago has maybe aged not so terribly because of the fact that Georgia, since those 2 back-to-back titles, has not lived up to that anymore. They're just kind of there. They're there. They're winning games. They're good, but they're just, and it's funny, too, because I'm seeing some Georgia people now complain about the 12-team playoff because, like, oh, well, it's making it harder for us to win a natty. And I'm like, you kind of knew that. Like, you kind of knew that, but okay. Georgia at 4. I'm not surprised, but we'll see if they're better next year or not.
Oregon. Can they win the big game? That's the thing with Oregon.
What's funny about it is Dante and Dylan Raiola. That is the funniest crowd. Like, and by the way, I know we're gonna do the Heisman odds later, but I literally saw someone had a post. It could have been fake. I don't think it was fake though. I saw a post on Twitter yesterday that literally showed the Heisman odds for next season, and they had both Dante Moore and Dylan Raiola on the Heisman odds list, like top 15. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No one's betting Dylan Raiola anything.
No.
Nobody's placing a bet on that guy. Okay? Only way people are going to start placing bets on Dylan Raiola to be a Heisman or even in the conversation is if, again, God forbid, Dante Moore has a change of heart and goes to the draft, or he something happens to him in the offseason or week 1 of the season where he gets hurt or something and he can't play. Which, again, do not want that to happen. Hope Dante Moore has a great year. Hope Dante Moore, does not. I hope Dante Moore did not screw up by not going to the pros, because I think he did. But we'll see. But the fact that currently somebody out there has a top 15 list where both Dylan Raiola and Dante Moore are favorites to win the Heisman is one of the dumbest things I have ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people aren't smart. People aren't smart. All right, Ohio State at 6.
Does that shock you at all that they're not like maybe 4 where Georgia is?
I mean, I think if they would have made bigger splashes in the portal, I think people would have Ohio State higher. But
it's because no one thinks James Smith is that good.
Yeah, I mean,
that's part of it.
He's not like a game breaker.
I mean, honestly, looking at the guys they brought in, it actually isn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I don't know.
And the fact that they're losing Downs and not like replacing him with someone elite.
Reese.
Already proven. They could be elite, but yeah, in Reese. They could be. We just don't know.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think Ohio State's obviously gonna be.
They're obviously gonna be good.
They're gonna be toward the top, and that Ohio State Indiana game next year that everyone's already circling is gonna be a probably another classic, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Ohio State versus Texas should be good too.
Yeah, that's gonna tell us a lot. And the game is in Austin this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can't screw that up, right, Sark?
I might be rooting for Ohio State just because I want to see Texas get.
Well, it would be hilarious. Like I said, I mean,
yeah.
Texas clearly, going all in, like Texas Tech tried to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're pulling out the big bucks, and it's like if they lose, that would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm. There's Texas Tech. I still think that's too high. I still think that's too high.
They're gonna go undefeated or lose one game. And
their schedule, if you think Notre Dame's schedule's easy, look at Texas Tech's.
They literally could win every game.
Yeah.
But then they could get blown out by 30 in the playoffs again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sorsby, I don't think that's a bad addition, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But is he going to be the best quarterback in college football next year? Like people had him as the number 1 quarterback in the portal. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's that good. Texas Tech's going to win a lot of games. And it's very likely that they're going to be the favorite to win the Big 12. But again, for the Big 12, you just better hope and pray that Texas Tech does win all their games and that Texas Tech at least loses by less than 10 or 14 in the playoffs next year. Because if not, the Big 12 is just toast. Mm-hmm. Like it was bad that they got blanked. They didn't
embarrassed the whole conference.
Yeah, and unfortunately proved BYU shouldn't have been in either. Even though it is dumb that they changed the rules for certain teams to stay in, like Bama, but not BYU. But again, we know why BYU didn't get in because BYU is not good.
Yeah.
Big 12 is not good. So
Miami at 8.
I mean,
That's all. They're already thinking Mensa will be able to transfer over.
well, I mean, because didn't a judge rule that he could? Which I'm like, okay. How come a judge ruled that Mensa could, but then Damon Williams was tied down? That's what's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it because the contracts were different? Is it because Mensa didn't sign yet? Is it because the circumstances were different? I mean, I think it sucks for Duke, but at the same time, Duke did do the same thing to Tulane.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a stepping stone, Duke.
Mm-hmm.
You're not Indiana. You're not even at that level where you can retain guys. You're just Loser gotta. I mean, Mensa wasn't even like elite last year. I mean,
He was good, but he wasn't
He
great.
wasn't bad, but like, I'm shocked that Miami's wanting to pay that much for him.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, because I don't think that they're going to be getting the results back. You know, I don't think that how like when Signetti in his first year was only making $4 million a year, that was a darn good contract. Like you're worth every penny per se.
Yeah.
I don't think that Mensa is going to be worth every penny
Mm-hmm.
at Miami unless he's a Heisman contender, which I don't know. I just don't think Miami's going to be elite, at least defensively.
Do you agree with Troy?
Duke came out of nowhere and won the Natty. That would be the closest comp to Indiana winning. Yeah. I mean, again, I really don't think a lot of people. I'm not saying you guys in chat. Y'all know, I'm sure, because you guys watch football so much and stuff. But like for casual people, I really do not think that they understand how insane it is that Indiana won it all. Like when people were throwing around Virginia Tech and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, if Virginia Tech won it, that'd be like Indiana. No, it's not. Not even close. At least Virginia Tech, prior to now, has done stuff. They've never won it all, but they've done stuff. Indiana had never done anything outside of one Rose Bowl appearance 60 years ago. They hadn't done anything. So, and they literally went 20 years without making a bowl game. Pretty much. So, and they've only won. Literally, Indiana won the exact same amount of bowl games this season that they had won in their entire history. Indiana had 3 bowl wins all time before this year, and they won 3. So Indiana matched their bowl win total this season. There's no other program out there that you can talk about that is at that level of bad. I'm sure Duke's won more than 3 bowl games. But yeah, Duke would be close. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Washington State winning would be close too.
Yeah, but they're fading hard.
But if they're able to do it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like to your point, absolutely it would be. They just unfortunately it's just not they're not good right now.
Ole Miss ranked higher than LSU is interesting.
Duke has won 9 bowl games. So they had won triple the bowl games that Indiana had won historically. Indiana had 3 bowl wins. I mean, before Indiana beat Alabama this year in the Rose Bowl, they had not won a bowl game since 1991. Again, the level of suckage from Indiana is just insane. And then to do this, Northwestern would be similar too, but Pat Fitzgerald won 6 bowl games at Northwestern. It's like Indiana was that bad. So, yeah, we need Mary Mack to win it all. We need Mary Mack. I would support Mary Mack winning it all. Transfer them to the FBS and let them win it all. Okay. We need UMass though. Yeah, Ole Miss though, you've got them at 9, and they're higher than LSU, like you said. I mean, I think they need Chambliss to get the extra year. They need Chambliss to get the extra year.
And then A&M at 10.
Does anybody care?
BYU. Oklahoma.
Now we're just kind of getting to the whatevers, man.
Yeah, let's see where Bama's at. USC.
I think they're at like 17, but I ain't sure.
Louisville.
It's a little high.
There's LSU.
I mean, I'm not shocked they're ranked. I mean, but
Iowa. SMU.
wow. Okay, I saw another one where Alabama was 17.
Michigan. Washington.
Oh my gosh.
TCU.
Are you serious right now? Okay, I have not seen this rank.
Bama.
21. Oh. Wow, that hurts. Oh, okay. Alabama really falling like Clemson right now. 21. How do you feel about the additions?
I mean, I think they're good, but like, do they move the needle to think that Bama is going to be better than they were this year? We'll see. So I'm hoping for you and Jackson's sake that they do better, but
I'm not that
convinced.
confident.
I'm not convinced.
If you saw my reaction yesterday on Alabama at the Voice of College Football, I'm not that confident. Yeah, the good additions for Ohio State, Troy. Bama is down really bad, as Darrell said. I mean, the Ohio State's taking some decent players from Bama. Bama losing out on Smothers, even though he said he was committed. Yeah. You're getting Tompkins from USC, but it's like, okay. Rogers from NC State's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't even keep Horton. I don't know. I mean, Ron Williams is back. I don't know. It's just it ain't that good. Truthfully, it ain't that good. I mean, Alabama is not in the greatest shape right now. You want to talk about programs that need some late portal additions? It's Alabama, and I don't know if there's that many other great players left for them to get. So,
yeah, hopefully Bama can improve next season for you, Jeffrey. All right, time to look at the portal.
It's not looking good. Yeah, we saw Grunkemeyer going.
Yeah, this is about where we left off.
Yeah. The portal should be starting to slow down.
Yeah.
Should be starting to slow down.
Brandon Hillman going to UVA. I think we talked about that. So scroll up.
Sports Talk with Austin Jeffrey. First off, congrats on the national championship win. I was wrong. I'm may have to own it. My wrong prediction. Mine was not as good as Indiana was on that one day. Great job. I appreciate it, Austin. I mean, it was a great game in Miami. I mean, credit to them for playing one heck of a game and having a great season at the end. But I mean, Indiana, it was one of the best stories I've ever seen in history of sports in my life. It was incredible. I'm glad they won. And Miami in the ACC was definitely a great representation for sure.
As the Irish landing, Tyon Gray from Oregon, 6'6", 336, big guy. As the Irish have stocked up on D linemen.
Did he play much at Oregon?
I'm reading. He's a 2-down lineman, so like not exact. He'll be in the rotation. I feel like
that's a good pickup though.
But yeah, especially with Onye getting that waiver for 6th year. I doubt he might not start, but he's a big guy. So the run defense was pretty good. So definitely hopefully will continue. Let's see. Anyone else?
So many players are not going to get picked up.
Yeah.
Which is sad. I mean, they know the risk.
Cam Calhoun, did he play much for Bama?
I don't believe so.
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe so at all. Trojan fight coming in at Will.
Mm-hmm.
That hurts Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
Yeah, he was good, Umali Allen.
Don't blame him, but that's why. Georgia getting a guy from Alabama A&M. See that?
Yeah, must have had quite the season.
Yeah, he must have been like really good. That's a big jump. Alabama losing Jordan Renaud to Ole Miss. I mean, we're just losing guys. I mean, that's the thing. Like just Alabama's like 25 players short of the roster limit. I mean, it's like we don't even have anywhere close to a full roster, dude. It is. I saw one way too early poll that had Alabama at like 12th, but ESPN having them at 21 is crazy. I saw a lot of them at like 17 because I did look at some of them the other day. But yeah, Alabama though, I think the consensus is that they're probably not going to be better next year. And if that's the case, that is
then I feel like you have to let go of Kalen DeBoer.
But then Tevin Brown. But then like the problem is that you're going down the rabbit hole of firing and hiring and firing and hiring, and it's like, who are you going to get? I mean, Kiffin, Signetti. I mean, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand that.
I don't know. I just don't want Alabama to do what Auburn's done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree.
Richardson, good luck to him, man.
He didn't play much.
Yeah. I believe he was only a true freshman last year, so. Mensa, of course. Talked about him. It's a mess.
It's a big mess. It shows you where college football is at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy going from Ole Miss to LSU.
Malachi Nelson go to excuse.
Yeah. So that's like a step
I mean, he's
up.
not going to start over Angeli, but.
Step up, though. I mean, he's trying.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Probably the kicker next year for Miami.
Yeah, probably. Nick Brooks from Texas to Alabama.
All right, there you go.
Big lineman. It's a big lineman. Jackson was talking about his addition. I mean, definitely seems positive with him, but still overall not the positive. Bean says that the SEC is now the Mountain West with bigger stadiums. Yeah, I got nothing to say on that. We're getting closer. Ole Miss to LSU. Ole Miss to LSU. Yeah. Lane just stealing them all. Another lineman, Ole Miss to Alabama. I mean, Alabama clearly trying to make an emphasis on lineman because they got Strayhorn and Haywood from Michigan. They're trying to boost the line, but We'll see. I love when they list a guy twice. It throws me off. I'm like, why am I seeing double?
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State to Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
Cal to Colorado. Pac-12 rivals that now it's an ACC to Big 12 transfer.
Oh man,
That's college football for you. Yeah, it's the lowest Alabama.
There we go.
Yes, Terrence Green going from Oregon to Bama. I mean, Alabama's making some moves. They definitely are short on their roster. I mean, like I said, I think some of these moves are good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. I think that's a good pickup though. It's not all bad. I mean, it's not like they've fallen off the map. It's just they really need to have a solid year.
Austin Novosad, man, should have committed to Baylor. I'm sure Scotty's saying the same thing. Should have just went to Baylor instead of Oregon. Now he's going to Bowling Green.
Yeah, couldn't even go back to Baylor because they got Lagway. Even though I've heard that Lagway might go to Duke if Mintz is gone, but I don't know. I don't even know. This portal stuff has just gotten too insane for me.
See. Dylan Edwards going to Kansas State to Kansas. Oh man.
Yeah, that sums up college football right there.
Mm-hmm.
Bama getting an edge guy from South Carolina. Sports Talk with Austin says, I think Bama fans need to settle down. Bama will go 9-3 or 10-2 in 2026, and it will be fine. Try telling that to Bama fans, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
I think
problem.
we already talked about Lagway.
Yeah, we did. Bean says he sees 4 or 5 losses for Bama. See, you're trending toward Clemson.
Jaden Davis, man. Oh, Michigan fans were saying, "Oh yeah, Jaden Davis. He's going to be better than CJ Carr." I'm glad.
Isn't that Eastern Tennessee State?
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
That's a fall.
Mm-hmm.
That is a major fall.
Mm-hmm.
Trojan Fight says, I don't think Alabama fans, or more important, boosters, are going to tolerate too many 3 or 4 loss seasons. I agree.
That's why I think he's gone. If they,
but the thing is that who you're going to get?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, because if you don't get Kiffin or Signetti, then
are you going to get the guy Ole Miss? What's the name of the Ole Miss coach? I can't think of his name. Do you think they'll get him?
Pete Golding?
Yeah.
If he has a good year.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate to already throw DeBoer off the train, but it just doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Sawchuck. Northwestern.
Guy went to Purdue from Georgia. Purdue fans are excited.
Mm.
They got one decent player.
You still hate Purdue, man. You should.
They got one decent player. Well, they're still saying IU sucks at games, and I'm like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not happening. He's already not going to the NFL. He's not going to the NFL. But that's funny. Hey, UNC got a guy from LSU.
There you go. And there's Alberto. We already discussed that.
I mean,
Georgia Tech needed someone like him.
They did. I mean, he kind of fits the Haynes King, model. He can run, he can pass. I just hope that I would like to see him come back if if he does well. But you never know. If he has a good career at Georgia Tech, I'll be happy for him.
Emory Williams, I remember when he got some playing time. When TVD, I think it was, got hurt. So ECU starter.
Arizona, Iowa State. It's such a random move. Backups for Indiana. There's gonna be more names, I'm sure, but
Mississippi State to Bama.
Yeah, you notice the all tackle. Like Alabama's going all in on the offensive line. They clearly want to protect whoever's the quarterback. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be Russell, but everybody's giving Mac a chance, so we'll see.
All right, here's the Heisman list, and then we'll get to NFL. As we got CJ Carr and Arch Tide. Then Hoover, Smith.
See, I'm not shocked that that's the top three. I mean, because you got Arch Manning clearly with Texas loading up, and it's Arch, and he had a good end of the season that they're going to have him as the favorite. Carr, Notre Dame's probably he's going to put up good statistics considering they got good receivers coming in. They got an easy schedule, and then Hoover with Signetti's track record of quarterback. Curtis Rourke was in the Heisman conversation. Mendoza won the Heisman. You got to have Hoover there. Jeremiah Smith, Julian saying, I mean, problem is for Smith is that he's a receiver. Yeah. And it's hard to win it. It's not impossible, but you'd have to have all the quarterbacks at the top kind of struggle. And Julian saying would have to give a vast majority of the targets to Smith. If the love gets shared around, kind of like Carnell Tate got a lot of the passes last year, he isn't going to win it. Levitt,
yeah, if Ennis has a good game, that's not going to help Smith. Yeah.
Levitt, Stockton, and Dante Moore are all possible. Yeah. They're possible. And then once you start going further down, it's just like,
yeah, Marcel Reed's not going to win it after that Miami.
No, Sorsby probably not, unless Tech goes 12-0 and everyone else loses. But still, but yeah, I honestly, I know like last year the Heisman favorites at the beginning of the year, none of them ended up at the end. Like Pavia wasn't at the top, Mendoza wasn't at the top. I don't think Jeremiah Love was at the top of the preseason. And saying was kind of a wild card, but I feel like that top few there, like legitimately could be the contenders next year. That seems more plausible. I mean, anything can happen. Carr could suck, Hoover could suck, Manning could bust again, but I think that this is a more probable like Heisman, odds here than what we had last year in the preseason.
And here we go. Got the NFL Final Four. I think these were the four best teams heading into the playoffs, so it's kind of nice to see it work out that way.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't disagree with that. I mean, that's pretty fair. The Broncos are cooked.
Yeah,
I mean, like it would be. You want to talk about insane story? Like it still wouldn't be as crazy as Indiana, but
I mean, it would be like Nick Foles winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, if the Broncos won it all, that would just Stidham. Man, they should get Phillip Rivers for real though. Like just get Phillip Rivers. I'm sorry, but I
mean, with that offensive line, I mean, Philly Rivers could cook.
Well, I mean, like if he wants to come out of retirement again after he's just played, like I don't know, it would be a great story. But I mean, clearly it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I would like to see that. But if it's Stidham and it's nothing against Stidham, the Broncos are probably going to lose. I'm going to pick the Patriots, assuming Stidham's the quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick the Patriots to win.
Which it will, yeah.
28 to probably 14.
And then Seahawks, Rams. I mean, I feel like the Seahawks right now would be my Super Bowl pick as being one from us. They're just playing the best football right now.
I'll pick the Seahawks.
Even with Charbonnet out, I mean, they can ride
31-21.
But it should be a great game, though. I mean, they need Darnold interceptions. That's what the Rams are going to need. Because they got the first time when they played in LA, Darnold threw 4. And they won. So
that's true. I mean, he has had a lot of picks this year, but if he doesn't turn it over, that really feels like the only Achilles heel they have. If Darnold does not turn it over, the Seahawks are playing better than everyone else.
Yes, that's our pick. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Like to me, I mean, I don't really want to make the Super Bowl pick yet because I want to see these games first. But because to me, I think Seattle and the Patriots are the favorites. I mean, I think that both teams have a legitimate shot. But I mean, Seattle to me is playing better than everyone else. But I do want to see these games before I make an official Super Bowl prediction. Because I mean, I'm going to pick the Seahawks and to win it all, and then they lose to the Rams. Well, then I mean, so you got to make another pick. I'm not going to pick that. I think Seattle's playing better than everyone else, but they need to win this game and they need to get there first before I make a prediction. For the game itself. But, definitely New England has been great too. I mean, I'm torn because, obviously a lot of people know that I like underdog stories a lot of the time, and I don't like seeing the same teams win. And New England had tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of Super Bowls. They were like the Alabama football of my childhood, but with Alabama football, I wanted them to win. With the Patriots, I mean, I had some family members that like Brady, so I couldn't hate on it, and they had some good players that I like, but overall, I mean, it was kind of like, come on, they kept winning. Well, now it's like I like Drake May, played at Carolina. I like Drake May, but I mean, I don't really.
We don't need to see them win again. We don't.
I don't really want to see them win. That's the thing. So, but I mean, out of these teams left, I don't really care either. I mean, if the Patriots win, they win. I mean, I'll be happy for Drake May, but. I mean, if Seattle wins, cool for Darnold, the ex-Panther guy. I mean, I don't really care that much who wins. I'll be watching the Super Bowl, though. I'm excited about it. But, yeah, if the Patriots do win, yeah, you do feel like you got a dual dynasty. Because, I mean, May's young, and, I mean, they could start another one, but we'll see. Definitely, though, we're both picking
McDonald's done a great job with the defense, and he hired the right guy with Clint Kubiak after missing last season.
Yeah.
He's done a good job.
Grubb did not work.
Yeah, Grubb, that was his name. Yeah.
And it's not really working at Bama either.
All right. Well, this was Jeffrey's celebration show. So happy. So IU got their national title. And then, yeah, we're already looking forward to it till next season.
We are. I mean, that's what we do as college football fans. I mean, I'm going to be watching the NFL. I'm going to be watching college basketball. There's always stuff to watch. You even got the UFL, if that's your thing.
Dayton lost to LaSalle, man.
Ooh, definitely A10. But, college basketball, I always watch that. So, I don't know if I'll have streams or not. It depends on my schedule and time and everything. But
I'm sorry. Shrewsbury, I want to give him a shot, but I think he's done. He gotta cut it. He gotta cut it loose, man.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna give him one more year. They're gonna give him one more year, I bet. But
yeah, Notre Dame basketball is not doing good. I mean, I can't say at least you're not Indiana, because I think Notre Dame's doing just as bad. But Indiana basketball sucks.
Yeah.
They're horrible. At least Carolina and Alabama are doing pretty good this year.
I mean, VCU's doing all right, my alma mater, but I think we got a massive coach downgrade. Like Martelli hasn't. He's done things I don't like with their game plan. Yeah, Odom's killing it with UVA.
Yeah. So, and he's not even the other guy, the Penn State dude.
Yeah, Mike Rowe. I mean, Penn State just doesn't care about basketball if they don't fire him after this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, when he took that job, I'm like, dude, you should have just stayed at VCU. I mean, I know you get paid more at Penn State, but it's like they haven't done anything since Lamar Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lamar Stevens that year, they were like, they were all right, but I bet nobody in chat remembers Lamar Stevens outside of Darrell. Maybe Austin, but literally Penn State just not relevant, man. They're not relevant at all. But yeah, Notre Dame struggling, Indiana, not Michael said it'd be crazy if Purdue. But it's funny too because people said Indiana was cursed, right? Like with Halliburton and all the injuries Indiana has, like teams have had. It's like Indiana football suffered some injuries. I mean, you remember Daly. I mean, think about that. Like Indiana, the freak injuries, you had Daly getting hurt with the celebration, the defensive lineman, and other stuff. And Indiana still won. I don't know. Celebration stream. I cannot believe we're talking about Indiana as national champions. It's still surreal to me. And probably 50 years from now, we'll still be talking about this team. So, it's one for the record books. It's one for the ages. I'm sure I'll see Alabama hopefully get back to the top eventually. But, I've seen Alabama win so many titles, spoiled in that department. But getting to see a program like Indiana do that, it's amazing. And I'm glad for them and their fans. It was a great season. And like you said, already looking forward to next year and hoping Alabama's better than the 21st team. Hopefully they're better than the 21st team next year.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming. Yeah, I know. I think. And oh boy.
Yeah, the chat's just kidding. I did not say that. I did not. That is the total Austin fabrication on that one.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate it, everybody. We'll be live again soon, I'm sure. You guys have a great night, and the Hoosiers are national champions.